Sikubingelele ke mlaleli ligama nginguRoger Mandlazi ngitake netindzaba takho talumuhle. Kuboshwe ke kwakuleli luneminyaka lengemashumi lamathathu nemfica etama kuwela ibhoda yalehlukanisa iNingizimu Afrika neSwatini. Lo msola utfolwe ke nemali lenganga 424,800 emarandi. Lokho ke kuqinisekiswe ngemaHawks. Kwabe-ke sekubikwa ukuthi lo msolwa wetame ukudiza bonogada bakuleyo bhoda kanti-ke bonogada babesebayala-ke leyo mali. Kusenjalo-ke umsolwa uvele enkantolo elukwatini itolo kanti-ke liqala liyaqhubeka. Kudutshulwe kwabulawa umnikati wesitolo eMasoyi. Salamu Galbamu loneminyaka lengama-27 udutshulwe wabulawa endzaweni yaseMasoyi kwase kutsatfwa imali esitolo sayo. Ngokusho kwaSayitsheni Naniki Nonyane, umnini sitolo ufele endzaweni yesigameko kuqinisekiswa betimo letiphutfumako. Nonyane uchube wathi uyacela noma ke uyacwayisa ukuthi bekufika kuleli bangahlali nemali etindlini kanti ke bangalali kuleyo ndzawo libendela kuyo ibhizinisi. Ngqongqoshe wemfundvo yemabanga laphasi Siviwe Gwarube ukhulume nelitsimba letindzaba mayelana nekunqanyulwa kwesabelo mali emnyangweni wetemfundvo. Lokhu ke kungahle kushiye liningi labotishera lingenawo umsebenzi. Kuletinye ke tifundza angete futhi bakhona kungeta botishera njengoba phela kungakakhushulwa imali sabelo kuleyo department. Gwarube uyachaza.
Nationally, the number of learners within the education system have increased by approximately 292,000 over the last 5 years. That's almost 300,000 increase in learners that we've seen over the last 5 years. And so we're also seeing now, as a result, learner and educator ratios which are steadily increasing across the provinces. Now, it's important to retain a manageable learner and educator ratio, because that means that we are able to make sure that the quality of outcomes is looked after. Once your ratios are big and your class sizes are bigger, we are unable to guarantee that we will have the same amount of quality of outcomes that we need. So an increase in learner numbers without increasing the post basket may affect the quality of teaching, which will be reflected in the performance of the system.
Nobhala jikelele wesathu uthi bakhathatekile kakhulu ngekwehlisa kwesabelo mali emnyangweni wetemfundo.
Worried about the budget cuts, and we've been very clear that education is an investment for the nation, and therefore any budget cuts impact negatively on our children, on our future as a country. And what has been happening all along, it is that since 2020. We have seen, when we're dealing with COVID, at a very critical point where we have really been asked as education to really cut the budget. We have seen departments being requested to really release a lot of money, billions and billions, into the coffers instead of really, investing in education. So what has been happening is that province by province are not able to honor and afford those particular post baskets that are there, meaning that when a teacher is not well and your child is in the classroom, will not have a substitute. That is what it means. What it means basically, it is that when there's an increase in numbers, as we are registering our children in Jan, it means your children will not have a teacher because they don't have a budget. Because what is happening is that the treasury has been for a considerable time been cutting.
Kulandzela ke kuboshwa kwawesifazane esikhumulweni setindiza i-OR Tambo ngembi kwekutfolakala netidzakamiva. Kuvele ke kwekuthi liningi letidzakamiva letingeniswa eNingizimu Afrika tichamuka eSouth America. Lokhu ke kuqinisekiswe ngu-Atlenda Mathe isikhulumi semaphoyisa. Nangu echaza.
In the majority of the cases that we have dealt with, especially when you look at the 2 drug mules that were arrested recently, they were coming from Sao Paulo in Brazil. When you look at the 1 billion worth of cocaine that we have seized at KZN ports of seaports in the last year or so, all those drugs, we have confirmed that they were coming from South America. But that is why the National Commissioner of the SAPS, General Fanima Simola, met with the Commissioner of the Brazilian Federal Police on the sidelines of the Interpol AGM meeting last year in Europe, where concerns were raised on the number of drugs that are coming in from South America. But most importantly, from that particular meeting, a team was established between South Africa and the Brazilian Federal Police to ensure that there is sharing of information, there is joint operations. And I think the latest arrest is a culmination of that, is a result of that, the team that is working together. Some of them are destined for South Africa. Some of them are destined for other countries. But that is why we have also formed joint teams with countries like your Mozambique, your Tanzania. We've got an alliance that we have formed, and we are working closely to share information, to conduct your joint operations, because we have realized that that route is quite popular, and some of these drugs are being channeled to those countries. So in the SADC region, we are working closely with other countries.